Hey, good morning. Happy Monday. Neil Hansen here. I wanted to continue something that I posted last week. I think it was last Friday. I did a little post about your negativity is probably a payoff in some way, meaning that you're you're reacting to something in a way that serves you, meaning that your negativity is there for a good reason. So for Mindset Monday, I wanted to continue with that and give you some things to think about. So I always say that wherever your body is exactly where it should be. What you're experiencing in your body is a reflection of the information that your body's getting mentally, biochemically, physically. So, but of course, we're dealing with the mental side of things here. So I want you to consider that where you are is serving you in some way. And there may be two reasons. One, it could be, as I've talked about in the past, um, something that you're trying to learn. It's something you haven't learned yet. Is it still there because you haven't gotten the lesson yet? And then so there's three things that you can garnish from that: compassion, strength, and humor. Try to see the three things that those three levels would be teaching you about your current condition. The other one is that it does serve you in some way to have this. So one way to kind of eking that out and trying to see if there is something, because most people say, well, why would I want, there's no way out, there's no benefit for me having that in my life, but chances are there is some benefit. And the quick way of checking in on that to see if you do have something there is to see what the benefits, the upsides of staying where you are, or the downsides of going to accomplish your goal. And this is for whatever. It doesn't even have to be about your body, but what are the upsides of staying where you are, or the downsides of accomplishing your goal? I think if you ask those questions and really sit with it, I think you'll get present to some potential things like a common one that might come up is conforming to the things that you've almost kind of resented. Even though you think you want this body, when you see somebody else who has the body you want, you might have some judgment there, maybe some resentment or some jealousy. Why would you allow yourself to go someplace if you see that where they are is kind of wrong? If you've judged them, you're making them wrong. Why would you allow yourself to go there? Staying where you are makes you right and justified for other people who might have maybe ridiculed you, or in your mind think that they didn't like you because you've got this body, and going in a different direction might mean that they were right. So the other side of that coin is what are the downsides of staying where you are, and what are the upsides of accomplishing a goal? And then you can compare those two. Is the negative emotion about where you are and where you want to go different? So the negative emotion where you are and the positive emotion about where you want to go, how do they compare? How do they feel? The bigger the emotion, the bigger emotion is always going to win. So if your worry about where you are, or your resentment about where you are, or whatever it is stronger than your good feelings that you have about what it is that you want, then you're always going to be in a protective environment. Especially if there's negative emotion, you're in a survival state. You've got your primitive brain running, and it's doing everything it can to protect you from that very thing that you don't want, which continues to draw your attention to it. Your subconscious is wired to continue to perpetuate it. So at least this is giving you an opportunity to maybe take some inventory on some of the things that might be holding you back. Just becoming aware of that, and that is huge. And understanding, that's part of your ego. That's part of something on a subconscious level, something that's being run that might be keeping you from something run on the down low, something on the subconscious level, something out of your awareness, something in your blind spot. Once you make it present, then it's easier to deal with, or at least be conscious that you're doing it and make small corrections from that point. So anyway, I hope that helps you on your journey to getting the body that you want and deserve, and I appreciate you watching. Happy Monday.